What's up, guys? My name is Mike. I am an Elevate alumni, and I will be sharing my testimony with you tonight. All right. So, I went to Elevate all throughout middle and high school, and always thought I was a follower of Jesus, but when temptations and outside things outside of Jesus would come my way, they would knock me off my path pretty easily, and I would fall to temptation very easily. I was so concerned with trying to find satisfaction and purpose in the things of this world and happiness from this world that I didn't really believe that Jesus could offer me with that type of purpose and satisfaction and happiness that I thought the world was offering me. As I got older, I grew further and further away from God and closer to the world as I chased my own desires and my own ambitions in this world. In high school, I was an honor student. I played on the football team. I had a girlfriend. I had a lot of friends. Pretty much anything that any young high school boy could really ask for at that time in his life. These things were pretty much my life. This is what I spent all my time on and my efforts and my thoughts. And I liked my life. I was really happy. But eventually, little by little, all of these things started to fade away. So, when high school was over, college was coming around, which I'm a college student right now, for those of you that don't know. And I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. All I knew is I wanted out of this town because everything that I put my faith and joy in had let me down and faded away. So, I decided to go to Kent State University in Ohio. For those of you that know that school, it's about 2 or so hours away, far enough away from here, where I was really just trying to leave behind everything from my past. This is where I really started to drift away from God even further. I wasn't making any decisions based on Jesus, but all of my decisions, for that matter, were for myself. I continued to try and find purpose and happiness in the things of this world rather than in Jesus. I stopped going to church. I made a lot of new friends none of which were following Jesus, which brought me further from him. I joined a fraternity which enhanced the temptations in my life. I began to struggle with new sins such as excessive alcohol consumption and partying and sexual immorality. I ended up becoming vice president of my fraternity and moving to the big fraternity house that we had off campus, where I would take part and host in many parties on the weekends. Now, one would say that I had everything any college student could ask for, and that my life was great, and that I'd be crazy to give it up. When I was in high school, I thought this is what I wanted all along, and I thought these were the things that I was supposed to chase after and achieve in my life. Yet, despite having all these things that this world tells you are so great and that'll make you happy, no matter how hard I tried to ignore it, I felt nothing but a great void of emptiness and loneliness inside of me. I knew the life I was living was unfulfilling. I could not stop feeling an urge inside of me that this was not the type of life that God wanted me to live. I knew who God was. I knew I should follow him. I wanted to follow him, but I just couldn't say no to chasing the things of this world. And it was here that I finally realized that the things of this world were never going to give me the purpose and fulfillment that I was looking for. To be honest, I was disgusted with what I had become and how far away from God I had become. I knew that God was calling me away from this life, and that he had something so much greater in store for me than this emptiness and shame that I was experiencing. For a long time, I wrestled painfully with my thoughts, deciding if I would give into this call that God was calling me towards, or if I was going to make it work with the life I was currently living. Maybe I can continue to juggle 2 lives. These thoughts tormented me, leaving a gut-wrenching feeling in my gut for many months over my recent winter break, as I still tried to resist the plan that God had for me. I knew what I should do. It was just a matter of me saying yes to the plan that God already had for me. It wasn't until one Saturday, after another day of this tormenting decision just going through my head, and after hours of discussing of what I should do and what my decision should be, with one of my friends, Haley Joyce, if any of you guys know her, that I went to a Crossroads service that night. Now, this is odd in particular because I never would go to church on Saturday nights in my life. I would always go to church on Sunday morning. So this was odd for me, and I really had no reason to go to church that night. It didn't make any sense. However, I was there. And God spoke to me at that service, finally breaking my stubborn resistance from Him, from following what He had for me fully. And it was clear to me that I was going to choose Jesus over this world. Now that result ended up meaning that I would leave my school and all that I had achieved there and come home, which in terms was not easy at all and has honestly been the hardest decision I've made in my life so far. Now a lot of transformation has happened in my life since then. I'm taking a semester at community college and I switched my major completely. However, the biggest transformation that has taken place, and definitely the most important one, is that I am doing a better job in using my life to honor Christ than when I was just a typical college frat boy. I'm now reading my Bible and praying every morning. I'm plugged into a small group on Monday nights, and I even lead a small group here at Elevate on Sunday nights. All in all, I am pursuing Jesus. And although it may not be a glamorous life that this world tells you to have, I am more satisfied and better off knowing that I am in good hands with Christ, who has more in store for me. Now, if you're a high school senior here tonight going off to college, I'm not telling you to not go away off to college, and I'm not telling you to not get involved in Greek life organizations or any other types of organizations or clubs. But what I am telling you is this, that no matter what you do, make your decisions based on following Jesus, because He is the only one who can bring you the true peace and satisfaction that you seek in this life. God is now transforming me into the follower that He wants me to be and that I know is best for me. Something that has played a huge part in my transformation is my spot, which I encourage and urge you all to find your spot where you can dive into Scripture. It's here where you can really get plugged into His Word and you can get to know Him better. Because in order to know what He has in store for you, you need to get to know Him best first. And I don't even know exactly what He wants for me exactly yet, or where my life is headed so far. But what I do know is that as I get to know Him more and more each day, in my time spent with Him alone in my spot, through that, He will lead me each day and let me know more and more each day what it is that He wants from me. You may not know what you want to do with your life here tonight, but if there is one thing that I so desperately pray and urge you all to do tonight after hearing me speak, is just this one thing. If you are feeling even the smallest, most gentle tug from God for you to do something here tonight, listen to what He says and have obedience and go and do it. And He will give you the greatest life that you could have ever dreamed or imagined for yourself. But you won't be perfect. I am not perfect at all. Actually, I'm so far from it that I wouldn't even go as far to say that my life is a mess, and I don't know what I'm doing. However, this mess is in the hands of God, who will make something beautiful out of it. Thank you.